Hi, everybody. Welcome to Is There Life Out There? Have you ever had a friendship or a relationship where something happened and it left you feeling really unconfident? Maybe you lost your confidence. It really played on your self esteem. I want to talk about that today. And oftentimes, when that happens, it is really hard to pick ourselves back up. Sometimes it can be a betrayal. I mean, it's going to be different for everybody, but it could have been a friend that betrayed you. Again, it could have been you who had a partner and they cheated on you and it left you feeling not good enough, not worthy. And none of that is true. That's when we've given our power away to another or to a situation. And it happens to the best of us. And it's such a difficult thing to navigate. And it can create a lot of trust issues where you struggle to trust people, and it may be a friend that was playing both sides, and that energy changes, and you realize maybe that friend wasn't as loyal to you as you were to them. And that's where not everybody has the same heart. Not everyone's loyalty is the same, but it can be devastating. So, here I want to talk about ways to overcome that. So, of course, if somebody has been unfaithful and you keep going back to them, whether it be a friendship or any type of relationship, it really does slowly but surely play on your self worth. And this is where something that has been a very helpful tool for me through my life, and you will hear me on this channel talk about it quite a lot. And it's really showing up for yourself and being your own best friend. And this is where we need to set healthy boundaries for ourselves. So, this where you take yourself outside the situation as like a third person and you look in on it. Or in your place, you could put somebody that you love in your place, step outside and look at that situation and think to yourself, like, if that was my son, my daughter, my best friend, my family member, what would I tell them to do? Because oftentimes, when somebody betrays us in any way, shape, or form, we will keep showing up because then there's this part of us that's feeling so bad about ourselves or not understanding why they weren't loyal that we want to prove to them that we're worthy, we're worth it. And that's really what happens. People get in these vicious cycles of keep showing up for things that are really slowly, silently, draining them and depleting them and making them feel less about themselves because they're trying to prove to someone they are worthy, that we are good enough. And we all are. The one thing that I've learned in my 5 decades on this round ball that we live in is not everyone has the same heart as you. Again, not everybody's going to be loyal like you. Your character versus someone else's character may be two different things. But one thing to keep in mind is I feel for me, my tolerance is nil for stuff like that. A prime example of a friend who was playing both sides between me and an ex. And this was somebody that I never expected to do this, but it was being done behind my back. Talk about insulting somebody's intelligence because when something is off energetically or something changes, I'm very sensitive to energy. I feel that shift. I don't always know what it is. Takes me a while to figure it out, and then usually I get the answers, right? And I was heartbroken. It's like, how could you do that to me? Like, we were such good friends. I would have, I mean, probably to this day, honestly, I do love that person. And I would probably step in front of them, take a bullet for them, you know? Obviously, they wouldn't do the same for me. It's no different than, you'd swim across an ocean for someone, but they wouldn't even step over a puddle for you. And this is where we do have to be our own best friend, and we need to step outside and look at it and think, what would I tell somebody I love they should do in this situation? Because if you take the advice from somebody who genuinely loves you and wants the best for you, and here's another thing. I mean, we can go down so many rabbit holes, but always make sure the people that you take advice from are people that truly have your best interest at heart. Okay, and truly want the best for you. I can't stress that enough. You may have friends that are wearing a mask, that type of thing, and it takes you a while to figure it out. And they're telling you to do things, and really, it's not a good idea. This, where if you can show up for yourself and think, what would I tell somebody I love to do in this situation? It's so important, and it's such a handy tool to have. And even though it's hard, oftentimes, the first step is taking yourself out of that situation. Stop playing into it. Pull your energy. Okay. And that is setting healthy boundaries for yourself and for others. That is you standing up and saying, I will not tolerate being treated like this. Okay. It's setting the tone. And sometimes it means blocking people, not answering the phone, all those things. But it's so important to protect yourself and your own energy. I know for a fact, being there, done it, like I say, I've been on this planet for 5 decades. I kept going back to things, whether it was friendship, whether it was a relationship. And over time, slowly but surely, I became a doormat, willing to almost do anything because I kept going back to try and prove my worth. And here's the thing is, it's in your heart. This, you need to know your worth and your value and treat yourself as you would treat someone that you love. That is self-love. That is showing up and being your own best friend. Setting those healthy boundaries and stop allowing people to use you as a doormat, because it plays on your whole being, your self-worth, its energy, depletion. It drains you in every aspect of your life, and it seeps into every aspect of your life. So it's so important. And I'm telling you, when people are used to walking all over you, and all of a sudden, one day, you say, you know what? I've had enough of this. This is not authentic. This is not genuine. This is very much one sided at this point. Our time is done, and you pull your energy. They stand there and they don't know what to do. It's almost shocking because they're not used to you having that backbone or standing up for yourself. And I encourage all of you to be your own best friend, live your own best life, and also show up for yourself, most importantly. Anyways, I hope this was helpful, insightful. I'll probably get more into this. Like I say, there's so many rabbit holes. I'm going to be putting out a bunch of videos, guys, on this channel. I do have another channel, but there's things over there. I think they expect one thing out of me over there. So I have the opportunity to come out and chat. And that's why I started this channel. I have not told anybody about this channel. If anybody finds me, it's fine. But I want an outlet just to be able to talk about life and all these different things, all these tools, and maybe help people, motivate people. Let's talk about self love, right? And showing up for ourselves because it's so important. Anyways, you wouldn't mind hitting that like button. I would be so grateful. And I hope to see you all again soon. And bye for now.